Yes, absolutely. It was very daunting. Of course, we don't do this in a vacuum. Engineering was a huge leader in this effort, and that goes across basically every section of engineering that we have. And so you have to use all the resources you have, and we did that in engineering. And of course, we teamed up on all of these projects with community development divisions. So you got to call in all your resources. You have to have everybody rowing in the same direction. We have literally coordinated with every single agency at the City of Madison to get these projects completed. In March of 2020, when the pandemic was first emerging here in the Madison area, we were in contact with a community development division because we needed to move the men out of the Grace Episcopal Church. So it started then. Our first move was to Warner Park Community Recreation Center, and since that time we've done 4 additional locations. So we moved the men's shelter to Warner Park, then we left Warner Park and moved to First Street.
We're down at the First Street garage building trailers. One of them is a shower trailer for the homeless, and the other one is going to be toilets, and both have sinks. I'm putting in some plumbing for the faucets.
You know, getting all of the things transferred over from Warner Park to here. You know, all the little things like that. The last couple of beds are getting set up. Most of them are here, but not quite there yet.
2021, we did a Carmenta, converted that to a family shelter.
We're going to convert some of these spaces for a use with the homeless shelter. I think, for example, the Salvation Army is going to set up a computer lab, kind of a homework lab back here for the kids. Kind of, I'm impressed with, you know, across the board, all the different people that had to work as a team. And in particular our ops crews, what they've been able to pull off in a short period of time.
In 2021 fall, we built a Dairy Drive campground.
We're at the new temporary campsite, and this is located at 3202 Dairy Drive. My role in this project was to do the site design for this campground, locate where each campsite should go, where we have the access road, kind of lay it out so that it meets all zoning requirements, campsite amenities. So it includes picnic tables, a few camp stoves, some paths, access, making sure that we have specific ADA requirements that are necessary as well. This is where the pallet tiny homes will be located. Each unit has its own electrical pedestal and will have their own access, kind of like a sidewalk. In this case, it'll be gravel up to the unit.
Kind of the basic idea is we've got 30 small buildings coming in that'll be on, you know, campsites, and so those all need paths to them and power to them and buildings on them, and folks need a place to use the restroom and take a shower. We need power so that we can heat all of these things. First Street was on a pretty tight timeline. The Carmenta shelter was also on a pretty tight timeline. You know, the folks that are going to be using this facility need it. The building is currently sitting over at Hilldale Mall, and my understanding is they're going to put it on the back of a truck and drive it right down the Beltline, and it's going to end up here on Wednesday, because we can't do this on our own. You know, this is a major team lift, and you know, at the end of the day, the important thing is not only that this gets built, but it gets built right so it's safe and sustainable for the people that are going to be here.
And then in 2022, this year, we built our 3rd men's shelter, which is here at 2002 Zaire Road.
There were so many departments that were involved. Traffic engineering helped get bike racks and signage. The facilities group did so much of the installation here. Our partnerships with stakeholders, really it was just everyone kind of understanding the need and the urgency of this and coming together to ensure we have this final product.
First Street was trailers, everything was above ground, and this was, which was very unique, but this is like traditional plumbing. What we did is we put the plumbing underground, jackhammered out the concrete, installed that, connected it to the existing sewer lines.
I think what makes this feel different is that we started 8 months out instead of 8 weeks out. And so here we are 24 hours from the end. It feels perhaps a little less panicked than it did the last time around. Thursday morning, 8 o'clock, the shelter shuts down at First Street. Moving trucks roll in, moving crews roll in. We've got some crews coming to pick up water softeners and washers and dryers. All sorts of stuff are coming out of the building. And by 5 o'clock that afternoon, we've got to be fully moved in and stood up and ready to go over here. So today's going to be kind of quiet. Tomorrow's going to be kind of quiet. Thursday won't be quiet. You mentioned Bartillon. That's the ultimate goal, is that will be the first ground up, designed from scratch, purpose-built homeless shelter here in Madison to serve these communities.
So we have learned a lot over that time. We've moved from just triaging at places that aren't designed for shelters to places that are designed for shelters, including the space we're in now. Oh my gosh. Like I said at the beginning, none of this happens in a vacuum. It's not one person. It's so many people. If engineering works in a vacuum, we're not going to get much done either. So we have a huge support throughout the city. Everybody seems to be rowing in the same direction and helping us get this done. So all I can say is thank you to everybody. Thanks to everybody to understanding the importance of getting this work completed and helping work as a team so we can accomplish great things.